Hello and welcome to this week's last video, Macroeconomic Model in Practice. In this video we'll explain the effect of macroeconomic developments on real GDP and the real wage rate. We're going to use the Greek crisis as an example in which we'll explore these effects. On your screen you see the Greek government budget. The budget is the difference between a government's income and government's expenditure. As you can see, for the last 10 years, the Greek government has been spending more than it has received. Consequently, the Greeks have been building up a huge debt. This has been one of the main issues concerning the Greek crisis. To protect the stability of the euro, other euro countries have forced Greece to cut in its spending. In other words, the Greek government was forced to reduce its spending. Now let's have a look at aggregate demand. Remember, this is C plus I plus G plus X minus M. So as soon as consumer spending, investments, government spending or trade changes, the demand curve will shift. As the Greek government was forced to cut its spending, it means that the aggregate demand curve will shift to the left. Let's have a look in our model. The starting point is macroeconomic equilibrium, and with a reduction in government spending, a shift of aggregate demand to the left. A deflationary gap develops as the aggregate demand curve has shifted. Consequently, real GDP has fallen. If we then look at Greece's GDP, we can see that this has happened. From 341.6, Greece GDP fell to $241.72 billion, almost $100 billion less in 5 years' time. So the question is now, how will long-run equilibrium be established? As we've seen, this will happen via the labor market. As real GDP decreases, the demand for labor decreases. So the demand curve for labor will shift to the left. Consequently, real wages will decrease. And as real wages decrease, we will see a shift of the short-run aggregate supply curve to the right. Long-run equilibrium is established, which we call full employment equilibrium. In short, because the Greeks accept lower wages, they will become more competitive and will be able to sell their goods at lower prices. This could lead, for example, to more exports. If we then look at, for example, price level, we can see that the price level in Greece is indeed falling. This combined with Greece's GDP per capita, in other words, the GDP per inhabitant in Greece, we can see a deteriorating picture. In other words, for Greece, the long-term equilibrium is indeed long-term. With this video, we've reached the end of week 3. Well done. Good luck in your weekly quiz.